And today I think I would like to talk about boundaries. So when I say boundaries, there's a lot of different interpretations of what that can mean for yourself and towards others. And I've had a long journey in terms of understanding what are healthy boundaries, how to have healthy boundaries with myself and with other people. So I kind of want to talk about what I've learned up until this point and how you can build healthy boundaries for yourself, or what an example of what healthy boundaries are. Okay, so I think kind of an integral part of boundaries is understanding how to prioritize yourself. So what that means for me is that boundaries are understanding what is important to you and how to communicate that to other people in a respectful way, so that you don't feel like you're being not taken care of, and at the same time you don't become resentful towards other people for not understanding how to take care of you or how to respect you in the same space or in a shared space. So prioritizing yourself, understanding yourself, and understanding what's important to you, what makes you feel comfortable, what makes you feel okay. Those are all important things. And that comes from being internal with yourself, being self-reflective. So figuring out how you can become in touch with yourself, to understand what feels comfortable to you, is the first step in developing healthy boundaries. You can do that in a lot of different ways. Everyone has different thought processes, and some people like to internally process those things, so they can just think those things over within themselves and create a list or a set of ideals within themselves that make sense for them. I am an external processor, so I really need to get it outside of myself in order to make sense of a situation. And that could be talking to someone that you feel safe with, or writing it down on a piece of paper or on the computer, any sort of list format where you can get your ideas out in a way that elucidates what is comfortable for you, what makes sense for you, and kind of illustrate the environment that would make you feel happy. Don't hold anything back. Completely put down the ideal state for you, the ideal experience for you, the ideal method of communication for you, the ideal way that you would prefer people to communicate with you, or how do you feel would be a safe space for you to be touched. All of the things that are important for you, make sure to acknowledge those things. You're important, and the things that make you feel comfortable are also equally important. It's not fair to assume that everyone knows what your boundaries are already, but if you can, and it's also not fair to make that someone else's job to figure out what your boundaries are at each interaction. It's a much more healthy process if you go ahead and recognize that you are a priority. You're allowed to think of yourself as being important. You're allowed to develop rules or boundaries that make you feel safe around other people and by yourself. So prioritize yourself. The next part would be that there's a lot of uncertainty if you're not sure how to have healthy boundaries, if you're not sure how to develop healthy boundaries. And also, it's not possible for you to create a game plan for every contingency that would happen in the world. Every set of circumstances is impossible for you to fathom or to come up with by yourself. So the next thing would be understanding that it's okay to not know the answer. It's okay to say, I don't know. It's okay to say, I'm not sure about something and I need time to think that over. You don't have any pressure. There is no pressure on you in any social circumstances, any circumstances at all. There is no pressure for you to know exactly what you need to do, to know exactly what the answer is, or to know exactly how you feel at any given time. You're allowed to think that over. You're allowed to take the sensations or the experience that you're going through inside of yourself. You're allowed to mull that over. You're allowed to think about the real reasons as to why you might have gotten upset or triggered by something, or why something made you feel very good or happy. You're allowed to think about that. You're allowed to take a moment to dissect your feelings. You don't have to know the answer immediately. It's okay. It's okay to not know. The next thing I would say for healthy boundaries is that it's not your job to preemptively understand the needs of other people. It's not your job to create a mental list or a physical list of all the things you're supposed to be doing around a specific person at any given time, or to guess what it is that makes them comfortable or what it is that they're needing at this specific moment. That's not fair to you. That's not fair for you to prioritize others over yourself. It can cause resentfulness, and it can cause you to feel anxious or upset that no one else seems to prioritize your needs as much as you would prioritize someone else's needs. And that's not fair. That's not fair to you, and it's creating a handicap for that other person for them to not think about their boundaries or express them to you in a positive way outside of themselves, to actually tell you what it is that makes them feel comfortable or what they're needing, because you're always providing with some sort of guessing game. That's a really hard game to continue for the rest of your life, and it's not fair to any of you. It's not fair to you or the other person. It's okay to say, I'm not sure what you need. Can you tell me? It's okay to say, what are you feeling right now? What are you thinking about? Is there something that you need? It's okay to ask questions. I say all of these things like prioritizing yourself, and it's okay to ask questions. It's okay to have uncertainty within yourself, because some people come from situations where they were modeled unhealthy boundaries, either by their parents, their peers, or other adults that were influential on them when they were children. You might have a skewed view of what a healthy boundary is, and I definitely don't have all of the answers on what healthy boundaries are. Here I'm just trying to explain what I've learned so far, and also give permission to those people who might not otherwise have someone tell them that you're important, and developing boundaries for yourself is completely fair and justified. You do not have to say yes to everyone. You don't have to say yes to every circumstance. It's okay to say no. It's okay to say that you don't know what the answer is. And it's definitely okay to prioritize yourself. If you don't have energy to do something, that's okay. If you don't have the energy to put thought into guessing what someone else needs, that's okay. You don't have to be 100% every day. You don't have to be your best self every day. You don't have to have perfect mental health every day. That's an unrealistic expectation that puts a lot of pressure and stress on you. This entire journey of life is learning how to be comfortable in the space that we are, around other people, the time that we were born, the place, the geological place that we are in the world. the universe that we're a part of, it is kind of a lot to deal with. The fact that you don't have any options, you didn't make any of the choices that put you in this life. But it's okay. You didn't do anything wrong. No one else did anything to wish this life upon you, whether that's a good thing or a negative thing. It's no one's fault. It's the way things are. And acknowledging that this is the life that we're a part of, and then trying to bring it unto ourselves to understand how to be comfortable in this space and how to make our relationships with other people or with ourselves more fulfilling is extremely important. It's impossible to be happy every day. Just give yourself time. I love you. I hope this helps. I hope that you heard something that resonated with you. And I hope that your day gets a little better.